Grenada. It's a place I'd always dreamed of visiting. A tiny dot on the map, lost somewhere in the vast blue expanse of the Caribbean Sea. Join me as we embark on an unforgettable journey through this captivating island nation. Grenada is known as the Spice Isle for a reason. The air here is thick with the aroma of nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves. These spices grow abundantly across the island, blanketing its hillsides in a patchwork of vibrant greens. Our adventure begins in St. George's, the capital city. This colorful town is nestled around a horseshoe-shaped harbor, its red-roofed buildings clinging to the hillsides. The harbor is a hive of activity, with fishing boats bobbing alongside sleek yachts. St. George's is a city steeped in history. Founded by the French in the 17th century, their influence is still evident today in the architecture and the language. The streets have a distinctly European feel, with wrought iron balconies and pastel-colored buildings. But there's also a strong Caribbean vibe, with colorful murals and reggae music spilling out from open doorways. We spent an afternoon exploring the narrow streets, ducking into shops selling spices, crafts, and local artwork. One of the highlights of our visit to St. George's was a visit to Fort George, a 17th century fort perched high above the city. From here, we were treated to panoramic views of the harbor, the city, and the surrounding coastline. The fort itself is a fascinating glimpse into Grenada's colonial past, with cannons still pointing out to sea. As the sun began to set, we made our way down to the harbor to watch the fishing boats come in. The sky erupted in a blaze of color, casting a warm glow over the city. It was the perfect end to a perfect day in St. George's. The pace of life here is slow and relaxed, a welcome change from the hustle and bustle of life back home. Our Grenadian adventure continued with a visit to Fort Frederick, one of the many historical forts scattered across the island. Perched atop Richmond Hill, Fort Frederick offers breathtaking panoramic views of St. George's, the harbor, and the glittering Caribbean Sea beyond. Built by the French in the 18th century, Fort Frederick has witnessed centuries of history unfold. The fort's strategic location, overlooking both the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, made it a key defensive position in centuries past. Today, Fort Frederick stands as a silent sentinel, a reminder of Grenada's turbulent past. As we wandered through its crumbling ramparts and peered through the embrasures, we couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the stories these walls could tell. The fort is now a peaceful park, a place where locals and visitors alike come to enjoy the views and soak up the history. From Fort Frederick, we continued our journey into the heart of Grenada, leaving behind the bustle of St. George's for the lush green interior of the island. Our destination, Grand Anse Beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. Grand Anse Beach is everything you imagine a Caribbean beach to be. 2 miles of pristine white sand lapped by the turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea. Palm trees sway gently in the breeze, providing welcome shade from the tropical sun. The air is filled with the sound of the waves and the laughter of children playing in the surf. We spent a blissful few hours swimming, sunbathing, and simply relaxing on the beach. The water was crystal clear and warm, perfect for a refreshing dip. We strolled along the beach, collecting seashells and watching the pelicans dive for fish. Grand Anse is more than just a pretty beach, though. It's also lined with restaurants, bars, and shops. We enjoyed a delicious lunch of fresh seafood at a beachfront restaurant, our toes in the sand. In the evening, we returned to watch the sunset over the water, a truly magical experience. Leaving the sandy shores of Grand Anse Beach behind, we ventured inland to discover a different side of Grenada's beauty, Annandale Falls. Tucked away in the lush rainforest-clad mountains, Annandale Falls is a true oasis of tranquility. The falls cascade down a sheer rock face into a crystal-clear pool below. The water is cool and inviting, perfect for a refreshing dip after a day of exploring. Surrounding the falls is a verdant paradise of tropical foliage. Exotic flowers bloom in a riot of colors, their sweet fragrance filling the air. We spent a delightful afternoon swimming in the pool, basking in the beauty of our surroundings. Local vendors sold handicrafts and fresh fruit, adding to the lively atmosphere. Annandale Falls is a true testament to the natural beauty of Grenada. Our Grenadian adventure took an unexpected turn as we plunged into the turquoise depths of the Caribbean Sea. Our destination, the world-renowned underwater sculpture park, a submerged gallery unlike any other. Located in the Molinare Beau Séjour Marine Protected Area just north of St. George's, this unique park offers a surreal and unforgettable experience. As we descended beneath the waves, a magical world unfolded before our eyes. Scattered across the ocean floor were dozens of life-size sculptures crafted from concrete and rebar. These hauntingly beautiful figures, created by British sculptor Jason de Caires Taylor, seemed to come alive in the dappled sunlight filtering through the water. Fish darted in and out of the sculptures while coral polyps had begun to make the figures their home, transforming them into living reefs. The underwater sculpture park is a must-see for any visitor to Grenada. It's a unique and unforgettable experience that combines art, nature, and conservation in a truly remarkable way. Stepping into the Laura Herb and Spice Garden is like stepping into a sensory wonderland. Nestled in the lush green hills of St. David's Parish, this enchanting garden is a feast for the senses. The air is thick with the aroma of exotic spices, nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and allspice, filling the air with their intoxicating fragrance. As we wandered along the garden's winding paths, our guide pointed out the various plants and their traditional uses. We learned about the medicinal properties of aloe vera, the culinary uses of lemongrass, and the aromatic wonders of bay leaf. The garden is a living testament to Grenada's rich history as the Spice Isle. We watched as locals demonstrated traditional methods of spice processing from drying to grinding. We even had the opportunity to sample some of the garden's freshly brewed spice teas, a truly invigorating experience. The Laura Herb and Spice Garden is a must-visit for anyone interested in learning about Grenada's spices, traditional remedies, and cultural heritage. No trip to Grenada is complete without indulging in its delectable cuisine. The island's rich volcanic soil and tropical climate yield an abundance of fresh fruits, vegetables, and seafood, forming the backbone of its flavorful dishes. From street food to fine dining, Grenada's culinary scene is a delightful fusion of Caribbean, African, and European influences. One of the must-try dishes is oil down, considered the national dish of Grenada. This hearty one-pot stew features breadfruit, salted meat, coconut milk, turmeric, and dumplings, all simmered together to perfection. For seafood lovers, Grenada is a true paradise. Freshly caught fish, lobster, conch, and crab are readily available and prepared in countless ways. We savored grilled fish with Creole sauce, spicy crab back, and conch fritters, each bite a celebration of the ocean's bounty. And let's not forget the tropical fruits. Juicy mangoes, pineapples, papayas, and bananas are abundant and bursting with flavor. Each meal is an opportunity to savor the flavors of the island and experience the warmth of Grenadian hospitality. One of the things that struck me most about Grenada was the warmth and friendliness of its people. Everywhere we went, we were greeted with smiles and friendly greetings. Locals were always happy to help, whether we were looking for directions, restaurant recommendations, or just someone to chat with. This genuine hospitality is deeply ingrained in Grenadian culture. It's not uncommon for strangers to strike up conversations on the street, sharing stories and laughter. There's a strong sense of community here, and visitors are welcomed with open arms. This warmth extends beyond casual encounters. We experienced it firsthand in the restaurants, shops, and hotels we visited. People went out of their way to make us feel welcome, ensuring we had a memorable experience. It's this genuine hospitality that sets Grenada apart from other destinations. As our Grenadian adventure drew to a close, we found ourselves reflecting on the incredible tapestry of experiences we had woven. From the vibrant streets of St. George's to the tranquil beauty of Annandale Falls, from the underwater wonders of the sculpture park to the aromatic embrace of the spice gardens, Grenada had captivated our senses and stolen our hearts. We had explored historic forts, wandered through lush rainforests, and basked on pristine beaches. We had savored the flavors of Grenadian cuisine, immersed ourselves in the local culture, and experienced the genuine warmth of Grenadian hospitality. Grenada is an island that defies easy categorization. It's a place of contrasts where vibrant culture meets tranquil nature, where historic charm blends seamlessly with modern amenities. It's an island that invites exploration, promising something for every traveler. As we boarded the plane, leaving behind this island paradise, we knew that we were taking with us more than just memories. Grenada is more than just a destination. It's an invitation to explore, to discover, and to connect. It's an invitation to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace the unexpected, and to create memories that will last a lifetime. So what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book your flight, and set sail for Grenada. The Spice Isle awaits, ready to welcome you with open arms and a heart full of Caribbean warmth. Will you answer its call?